welcome to NIA English Channel. So today we're doing a deep dive, but maybe not into what you'd expect. We're not looking at history or, economics.
No, something maybe a bit more practical for a lot of people listening.
Exactly. It's about how to practice English. We're dissecting this really structured, four-part system. It's specifically designed to help you get over that hump, from just knowing English to actually speaking it confidently.
Yeah, it's like looking under the hood of fluency engineering. Because so many learners, they hit a wall, right? They know stuff, but applying it, actually practicing effectively, that's the tricky part.
That passive learning trap.
Precisely. They just keep taking in information, but they don't have that repeatable strategy to turn it into active skill. This system tries to provide that.
Right. So we're looking at this structured approach that claims it can seriously boost your natural flow in everyday English chats through, very deliberate strategic repetition. And our mission today isn't just to list the steps, like step 1, step 2. We want to dig into the why. Understand the thinking behind it. Why these specific 4 parts: listening, vocabulary, Q&A, and shadowing.
And why that sequence? There is a logic to the order aimed at making things stick, maximizing the cognitive impact.
Yeah, it's like a pathway designed to take you from just listening passively to being an active, confident speaker.
Think of it like finding a shortcut, maybe.
Yeah.
Getting the most bang for your buck, fluency-wise, if you follow the structure.
Okay, sounds good. Let's get into it, starting at the beginning, logically. Part 1, the foundation of practice, natural listening.
Right. The whole thing kicks off really simply. It's not about grammar rules up front. It starts with a conversation, a short, very relatable chat between 2 people, Mark and Lisa.
And Mark's clearly buzzing about something.
Yeah, Lisa picks up on it straight away. She says, "You look very happy today, Mark. What's the good news?"
And the good news, super modern, totally relatable. He got a new phone.
Exactly. And what's great about this first bit is how much useful everyday language is packed in there naturally. Mark's excited. He's describing it.
Right. He says it's slim. The screen is so clear.
And the camera is the best part, he says. And he even mentions using it last night.
To take photos of his dog.
Yeah. Which sounds like a tiny detail, maybe, but it makes it so much more real.
I agree. It grounds the whole thing. It's not just abstract words. It's tied to this common modern thing people do, sharing pet pics. It makes the vocabulary later feel more anchored.
Absolutely. You're not just learning words in isolation. You're seeing how excitement, how that kind of positive feeling is expressed in English right now.
And then you get the contrast immediately with Lisa.
She's got the problem many listeners probably face. Time for an upgrade. Her old phone, it's very slow, the battery's bad.
These are phrases people use all the time, so the dialogue immediately feels useful.
Super useful. And Mark provides the solution, or part of it. He mentions the phone was on sale. Big plus.
Always good news.
And he offers to send her the website link. So in just a few lines, you've got this mini story, problem, excitement, solution, bit of back and forth, all very normal stuff.
Okay, so that's the scenario. But the key instruction for this first part is what?
It's this. Just relax and try to understand the main idea. Don't worry about every single word.
Okay, now that's interesting because honestly, for a lot of learners, especially the ones who are maybe more academic or analytical,
their instinct is the complete opposite.
Right. They want to pause, grab the dictionary, figure out exactly what slim means, analyze the sentence structure. So why force this relaxation? Why is that worrying about every word supposedly better for absorbing natural English?
Because that analytical instinct, while useful for some things, actually blocks fluency in listening. When you stop to analyze every single word, you're engaging your brain in a decoding task, like translating.
Oh, okay.
Your working memory just gets jammed. It's trying to process each tiny piece of data, and you lose the bigger picture. You become a word parser instead of understanding the message.
So if I'm stuck on slim, I completely miss the fact that Mark's happy, Lisa needs help, and there's a sale involved.
Precisely. By telling you to relax and just get the gist. Mark's happy, new phone, it was cheap. Lisa wants the link. You're training your brain to do what it does in your native language. Focus on context, emotion, the flow of the conversation.
Because in real life, you don't hit pause.
Exactly. You can't look up every word. Fluency needs you to understand the message, even if there are gaps. You use the context.
So the goal here isn't vocabulary mastery yet. It's getting the feel of the conversation, understanding the human interaction.
Yes. It's about recognizing the emotion. When Lisa says, "You look very happy," The important thing isn't the grammar, it's understanding she recognized his joy. That's the first step away from constantly translating in your head.
Makes sense. You need that foundation, that context, before you start drilling down into the specific words. Otherwise, the words are just floating unconnected.
Perfectly put. You need that anchor, and that foundation naturally leads into the next phase.
Which is part 2. Targeted acquisition vocabulary and repetition. So now that we've got the vibe, the overall story, the system zoomed in.
Yeah, it picks out specific words or phrases from that exact conversation. This is about efficiency.
Okay.
Instead of giving you a random list of 50 words, it selects just 3 items that are directly relevant to what you just heard. So you immediately connect the new word, not just to a definition, but to, Mark's excitement or Lisa's comment.
Smart. So let's look at the choices here. First one is slim, defined simply, thin or not fat. And the example is practical. He has a slim bag. It is easy to carry.
Slim is a great pick. It's visual, it's common, especially for tech gadgets, fashion, even describing someone's build, and it links right back to Mark's phone. It's a positive word in that context. Simple, useful.
Okay, that one's straightforward. The second one, though, by the looks of it, this feels different. It's defined as judging from what it seems or looks like. Example. By the looks of it, the store is closed today.
Now this is where you see the focus on natural conversation. This isn't just vocabulary, it's a functional chunk of language. What linguists sometimes call a pragmatic marker or a conversational connector.
A connector phrase.
Yeah. Native speakers use phrases like this all the time to show they're making a quick judgment, drawing a conclusion based on what they see or sense. It adds nuance.
So when Lisa says, wow, it's very slim, and by the looks of it, the camera's really good.
She's signaling, based on my quick glance, this is my impression. It's much more natural than saying, I deduce the camera is good from visual evidence.
Right. Nobody talks like that. This phrase really bridges the gap between textbook English and how people actually speak.
Mm-hmm.
If you only know basic sentences, you might say, I think the camera's good. But by the looks of it, that sounds more like real conversation.
Exactly. It adds that layer of naturalness, that sort of casual assessment, without needing super complex grammar. It's incredibly high utility.
Okay, good one. And the third, on sale definition. Being sold for a lower price than usual.
Yeah.
Example. The jacket is on sale this week. It is cheaper now.
Again, super practical. It connects directly to Mark's reason for buying the phone, the cost justification. It lets you talk about shopping, prices, value. All 3 items are modern, useful, and immediately grounded in the dialogue we just heard.
Makes sense. But the system doesn't just introduce these words. There's a strong emphasis here on something else.
Oh, yeah. Repetition. It's stated very clearly. Remember, repetition is the key to success in English. The more you repeat, the faster you improve. Watch this video many times.
That's quite forceful. Repetition is the key. We all kind of know repetition helps, but why is it hammered so hard right here? And how is repeating this specific video different from just making flashcards of slim, by the looks of it, on sale?
It's about how memory works, really. It combines spaced repetitions, seeing it multiple times over days, with what's called retrieval practice in context.
Yeah.
When you just use flashcards, on sale might just link to cheaper in your head. It's abstract. But when you repeat this phrase right after hearing Mark talk excitedly about his phone bargain, you're building a stronger memory trace. It's not just word definition, it's word definition. Mark's happy face, good deal, specific situation.
So the context acts like glue for the memory.
Sort of, yeah. It provides multiple anchors: emotion, situation, visual. It all helps lodge it in your long-term memory. When you need to use on sale in a real conversation later, your brain doesn't just search a list of definitions, it retrieves that whole anchored scenario. Retrieval becomes faster, more automatic.
So repeating the video isn't just about seeing the words again. It's about re-experiencing the whole mini situation, strengthening that specific neurolinguistic link each time.
Exactly. Over the course of a week, doing it daily, that link goes from being fragile to being really robust. It moves from conscious knowledge to something you can access almost without thinking. That's the start of fluency.
Okay, so part 1 sets the scene. Part 2 gives us the key tools linked to that scene. Now we need to actually use them.
Right. We shift from passive intake to active production. This is the acceleration phase.
Part 3, listen and answer practice. This sounds like where the pressure ramps up a bit.
It does, deliberately so. The instruction is clear. I will ask you questions about the conversation, and you must try to answer out loud before I give the correct answer.
Out loud, even if you're alone.
Yes. And the encouragement is also direct. Don't be shy. Speaking practice is the fastest way to improve your fluency.
Okay, so this is a drill, a fluency drill. Why this format? Why the pressure to answer before the correct answer is given?
It forces immediate recall. You don't have time to sit and carefully construct a grammatically perfect sentence thinking about all the rules. You have to access what you just absorbed in parts 1 and 2 quickly. It trains your brain to retrieve and produce under time pressure, like in a real conversation.
But isn't there a risk here? If you're rushing, won't you just make mistakes? Some teachers might say, focus on accuracy first, get it right slowly, then speed up.
That's the classic tension, isn't it? Speed versus accuracy. This methodology clearly prioritizes building retrieval speed and confidence first. The idea is that if you always aim for slow perfection, you never develop conversational flow. You get stuck.
Okay.
This rapid-fire Q&A forces you to just get something out. It trains the mental pathway for quick production. Accuracy can be polished later, which is what part 4 is for.
So it's about building the habit of responding quickly.
Yes, and proving to yourself that you can respond quickly. And look at the questions they use. They're carefully structured.
How so?
They start simple, basic comprehension checks. Did Lisa say Mark looks sad? The expected answer is short. No, she didn't say Mark looks sad. Then the flip side. Did Lisa say Mark looked happy? Yes, she did. This just confirms you got the basic emotion.
Okay, simple yes-no checks.
Then they check the core plot point. Why did Mark look happy? Because he got a new phone, testing that main idea from part 1. Then they check for detail accuracy, making sure you didn't mishear or substitute. Did Mark buy a new computer? No, he didn't buy a new computer. He bought a new phone. Forces active listening.
Got it. And then, crucially,
They loop back to the target vocabulary from part 2. Did Lisa say the phone was thick? No, she didn't say the phone was thick. She said it was slim. You have to retrieve and use that new word slim in your answer.
so it's not just passive recognition anymore. You have to produce it.
Exactly. And they even check those little grounding details. Did Mark take photos of his cat? No, he didn't take photos of his cat. He took photos of his dog. Reinforces the specifics.
And the practical detail.
Mm-hmm.
What did Mark offer to send to Lisa? The link to the website.
See, each question forces a quick retrieval of a specific piece of information, emotional, factual, or lexical. It does 2 things. 1, it checks if you actually retain the info. 2, maybe more importantly, it builds that mental muscle memory for producing short, relevant answers quickly.
It's like cognitive interval training. Short bursts of high-intensity retrieval, building confidence with each correct answer.
Precisely. And once you've built that speed and confidence in producing these short answers, the system moves to refine the quality of your production.
Okay, which brings us to the final piece. Part 4, shadowing practice.
This is the polishing stage. If Q&A built the engine, shadowing tunes it to sound right. The instruction here is very specific. Repeat each line after the speakers. Try to copy their rhythm, intonation, and pronunciation.
Copying rhythm and intonation. Why is that so critical? I mean, if I can say the words clearly, isn't that enough for people to understand me?
It might be enough to be understood, yes, in a basic sense, but it's often not enough to sound natural. And crucially, it's often not enough to easily understand native speakers when they talk at a normal pace.
Okay, explain that. What's rhythm and intonation really about?
It's about something called prosody, the melody, the music of the language. English is what's known as a stress-timed language.
Stress-timed.
Yeah. It means we don't give equal time or emphasis to every syllable. Some words, usually the important content words like nouns and verbs, get stressed. We stretch the vowels a bit. Other words like prepositions or articles get squashed, reduced. The rhythm flows between the stressed beats.
Unlike some other languages that might be syllable-timed, where each syllable gets roughly equal length.
Exactly. And intonation is the pitch, how your voice goes up and down. It conveys emotion, signals questions versus statements, highlights important information. If you get the rhythm and intonation wrong, even with perfect pronunciation of individual words, you can sound, well, robotic, or even be misunderstood.
Give me an example from the script, maybe.
Okay, take Lisa's line. I need a new phone too. A native speaker naturally stresses new. If you said, I need a new phone too, with equal stress, it sounds flat, unnatural. Shadowing forces you to notice and see that stress pattern.
And it helps with listening comprehension, too, you said.
Definitely. Because native speakers use this rhythm in reduction. They don't say going to, they say gonna. They don't stress every little word. If you're only used to hearing English spoken slowly and deliberately, like a textbook recording, fast, natural speech can sound like a blur. Shadowing attunes your ear to these natural rhythms and reductions.
So shadowing is about internalizing the flow, the music. Yeah, let's look at the lines they picked for practice here. They seem varied.
They are. They start with a longer, enthusiastic line. You look very happy today, Mark. What's the good news? That makes you practice breath control for a longer utterance, plus conveying that positive energy.
Right. Then there are descriptive lines, using the new stuff. Wow, it's very slim. And by the looks of it, the camera is really good. The screen is so clear.
Yeah, and you have to practice mimicking that slight pause and the observational tone that comes with, by the looks of it.
In Lisa's lines expressing her need, I need a new phone too. My old one is very slow. The battery is bad. Is this one expensive? Lots packed in there.
Multiple clauses, linking problems, and then ending with a question, which requires that rising intonation. You practice connecting thoughts smoothly and signaling a question naturally.
And even Mark's casual weekend plans. Not really. I'll probably just play with my new phone. Maybe I'll take more photos of my dog.
That one's great for practicing reductions, like how probably often becomes kind of like probably, or how play with my flows together. You don't learn that from a grammar book. You learn it by copying.
So shadowing isn't just about pronunciation of sounds. It's about the whole package: rhythm, stress, intonation, linking.
It's about sounding like you're actually speaking the language, not just reciting words you learned.
Okay, I see the power now. It's a really integrated cycle. Listen broadly, learn specifically, produce quickly, refine naturally.
That's a great summary. It's a closed loop designed to take you through all the necessary stages efficiently. Which brings us nicely to wrapping this up.
Right, section 4, synthesis and application. Let's just quickly revisit why this sequence is so powerful.
Okay, part 1, the listening, is crucial because it stops you from getting lost in the weeds, focusing on the big picture first. Context over code breaking.
Prevents that analysis paralysis.
Exactly. Then part 2, the vocabulary, is smart because it ties the new words directly back to that context, making them stickier. It's relevant acquisition.
Then part 3, the Q&A.
That's the fluency engine. It builds the speed, the confidence that you can produce language under pressure, overcoming speaking anxiety.
And finally, part 4, shadowing.
That's the polish. It makes sure the speed you gain doesn't sound unnatural. It tackles the musicality, the prosody, which is so often overlooked, but so vital for sounding fluent and understanding others.
The whole system's designed to address common learner roadblocks at each stage.
It does. And then there's the final overarching instruction that kind of holds it all together.
Which is?
Keep watching this video every day for 1 week. And the rationale: the more you repeat, the more fluent you will become.
Okay, the repetition mandate again. But specifically, this video, every day, for a week. Why that specific prescription? Why not just say, practice regularly?
It leverages the science of memory consolidation and habit formation. You know, the forgetting curve, right? You learn something new, and if you don't revisit it, you forget most of it pretty quickly.
It's in a day or two, yeah.
Right. So by forcing you to revisit the exact same material, same dialogue, same words, same questions, same shadowing lines every single day for a week, you are actively fighting that forgetting curve. Each repetition strengthens the neural pathways.
You're basically etching it into your brain.
Pretty much. After a week of consistent daily exposure and practice, that conversation, those phrases, the rhythm, it's not something you have to consciously remember anymore. It starts becoming automatic, like muscle memory for your mouth and your comprehension.
So it's intense reinforcement of a small, manageable chunk of language until it's fully internalized. It's training, not just studying.
Exactly. It builds fluency through focused, repeated application. And the system even points towards the next step if you're motivated.
Ah, right. The mention of the new shadowing course.
Yeah, saying it includes interactive MP3 and PDF lessons to help you speak with confidence and offering a free lesson download.
Which sort of underlines their philosophy, doesn't it? That shadowing, mastering the sound and rhythm is key to that ultimate goal of confidence speaking.
It seems to be the pillar they build upon for more advanced practice based on this material. It suggests that once you have the basics down via this 4-part cycle, deepening the shadowing practice is the way forward.
So if you had to distill the core insight from analyzing this whole structured approach, what would it be?
For me, it's the immediacy of the cycle, the way it moves you from input straight into output Q&A, then shadowing almost instantly. There's very little lag time.
Unlike traditional methods where you might learn vocabulary 1 week and try to use it in a speaking class the next week, or never.
Right. This system says, learn it, use it, refine it now, repeat tomorrow. That focus on immediate, frequent, active production seems to be the fastest route to breaking the fluency barrier, prioritizing doing over just knowing.
That's a really clear takeaway.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do a super quick recap for everyone listening, just nailing down those 4 core actions. Quick recap. So we've looked at this 4-part system for boosting your spoken English.
Step 1 was about how you listen. Start by focusing on the main idea, the overall feeling, not every single word. Relax into it.
Right. Step 2, vocabulary. Be targeted.
Yeah.
Learn high-use conversational bits, like by the looks of it, and lock them in by repeating them in the context of the dialogue. Daily repetition is key.
Step 3, active speaking. Use that Q&A drill. Force yourself to answer out loud quickly. Build that retrieval speed and confidence. Don't be shy.
And step 4, naturalness. Use shadowing. Copy the speakers, their rhythm, their intonation, their pronunciation. Get the music right to sound more natural.
Listen, learn, answer, shadow. Repeat. That's the core loop.
It seems really effective. And it leads to a final thought, maybe. This whole method relies heavily on that daily repetition, that micro-practice idea. If doing this short cycle every day for a week makes such a difference, how can you, the listener, integrate that idea? Maybe not this exact video forever, but the principle. Finding just 5 or 10 minutes every day for focused listening, quick recall, and a bit of shadowing.
Yeah, it challenges the idea that you need huge blocks of study time. Maybe consistent, short, high-intensity bursts are more effective for building that automaticity.
Something to think about, how to build that micro-practice habit.
Right.
Okay, that's our deep dive for today. Please subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends.
We really hope breaking down this structured approach gives you some solid ideas for your own practice. Keep at it.
Bye for now.